offer you a chocolate.
My company, Danube Development, is building the boutique and apartment project here.
They are going to tear it down, and I am going to lose my shop.
What will you do if you can't keep it?
I don't know.
We're talking my sweet Austrian holiday. And let's dive into the holiday drum roll. I give this movie a slay or a 4. Y'all, it was pretty good and very entertaining. One thing I loved about this movie is all the different chocolates. Like, they showed it in the movie, and it looks so good. This is kind of like watching this movie. This is when I really wish, like, we had a thing for TVs when you're watching something and they have food on it and you can actually try it. Like, it comes out from the TV and you can try it, because the chocolate was looking amazing and I was here for it and I loved all the views of the food and I was like, oh, but I love a good European chocolate. So the one thing that I will say, and I will give you a heads up if you do watch this movie, because you may not like it, but some of the accents, the Austrian accents, they were bad. They were really bad. But in this case, it didn't bother me because I just thoroughly enjoyed this experience, and they had chocolates that made up for it on the TV screen, and so it didn't really bother me. But I will say the chemistry between the two main characters was very enjoyable, and I'm here for it. And I feel like you kind of saw, I feel like Charlotte's character didn't grow as much through the course of this movie, but you definitely saw the male lead's character grew a lot and kind of figured out what kind of like billionaire CEO guy he wanted to be. And so you kind of saw that growth. And the thing I really liked, and y'all know if you watch my videos, is I love in movies when they have that moment where you see the guy looking at the girl and you just see the moment he falls in love. So you got that in this movie, and I loved it so much. Like, I kind of want them to start doing it for like girls too, when they have that moment and you're just looking and you're like, oh. So I kind of want to see it on both sides in future movies. Hallmark, pay attention. But no, so I really enjoyed their chemistry, and I liked how the male lead kind of got to grow and became more of an individual and kind of like figured out who he wanted to be. And so I love that, because I like growth, because that's kind of what we do in life. You can start somewhere and then over time you, fingers crossed, you're growing and striving to be better. But yeah, I think that's something that we all want to do and that we all wish for. So seeing it in a movie is always exciting for me. I also thoroughly enjoyed how there was kind of like a side love story, which I'm here for, because it was like an older, kind of like the sidekicks for both of the male and female main characters. And they basically got together too. And I kind of like when you kind of have like an older love story, because I think that's so cute. And, you know, love doesn't just have to be a younger thing. It can be, everyone should have love and experience it. And so I love when in movies you kind of see like that different form of love. And I love it. Because then you also kind of got to see the parallels, and you also kind of got to see like how, I kind of feel like depending on what generation you are, you kind of go about relationships differently. So kind of getting to see that comparison in this movie was very enjoyable. That the male main character was like sprung so early in the movie. As soon as he found out that his company was the one that would be kicking out their chocolate store, he like went into action. He went like, I need to fix this. And his big issue was the fact that he would not tell the girl that it was his company. So he's like, I need to fix it before she finds out. And even like his like sidekick Wilford was like, yo, you need to tell her, you already know it's gonna come out, it's gonna be bad. And that's kind of something you don't see in movies. You don't typically have that like person of reason that did, and in this movie you did, and you kind of had him like, yo, this is being dumb, like, why aren't you telling her? Like, you know it's gonna fall out later, it's gonna be a hot mess, just tell her now. And so that kind of got brought up multiple times in multiple scenes. And yeah, so I thought that was also a good kind of take. But I just kind of thought this was like a different vibe, and it was kind of cool. I just really liked all the food that you got to see in it, and it had an interesting story, and I just really enjoyed it. Also, what I really like is I kind of feel like winter, let me know if you agree in the comments, but to me, winter has the most romantic activities out of all the year. And so in this movie, you got to see ice skating, which y'all already know is one of the most, in my book, it's one of the most romantic things that you can do in the wintertime. But then they also had a horse-drawn carriage. Oh my goodness, I've never been on one, but that's a bucket list item, because I think that that's so romantic, so sweet, horse-drawn carriage. So they had both in that movie, so that also had me vibing for them, because I was like, yes, I love both. I think it's so sweet. So I just think overall this is a really good one. This was also one of the new ones that came out in the 2024 countdown to Christmas season, so I'm here for it. I enjoyed it. If you've seen it, let me know what you think.
This has been another episode of Real Talk with Noelle.